there's a website out there that thinks that the astrology is a thing, and you can equate what happens out in outer space because the planets move in certain positions. It affects your life. And in fact, it affects your life to where you're in the goddamn bathroom and how you decide to use the bathroom based on your astrological sign. A plumbing company is suggesting that the stars are going to have this big impact on what happens when you shit, basically. The Mr. Rooter Plumbing created an infographic to flesh out a person's zodiac sign to purportedly, I'm reading it from the article here, influences their bathroom habits. Anyone expecting a big data dump, okay, like I said, I'm reading right from this article here, might be disappointed. The company spokesperson said that the officials are looking at basic traits of each astrological sign and extrapolated on how they might affect a person's pooping style. For example, I'm going to read from the article here. It says, Tauruses are supposedly homebodies who prefer to wait until they get home to drop a deuce, while loud and proud Leos allegedly announced their bathroom business to the world. Hey, everybody, I'm taking a shit. Everybody, hey, who wants to come and watch me take a shit? Like nobody else knows how to do this.
My hubby is a Leo. Wrong. But anyway, go ahead.
I went through these. These are not right. There's none of these are right. None of these are right.
None of them.
I'm not going to say which one is mine, but I'm going to say that it's completely full of shit.
Actually, I do like to read on the toilet.
They got me down to a T.
Not me. I am so far removed from this thing, it's not even funny.
So maybe astrology is sort of right?
No. There was actually a study. This guy, there's a study. This teacher, I remember hearing this story a while back. He put a sign on this envelope, and it says these particular traits belong to this particular group. And they said, okay, now everybody hand these back and see if these things apply to you. And it says somebody else's astrological sign or whatever. And they opened it up, and it said exactly the same thing. Every one of them was exactly the same. So it didn't matter if you're Leo, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Pisces, Cancer, whatever. It doesn't mean anything. It's all garbage. It's all garbage. Take your astrological shit, because stars don't influence anything but themselves. And the planets that revolve around them. They don't affect your life in any way, shape, or form.
Well, the real news is that when the zodiacs were created, it was long enough ago where the time this calendar has changed enough that the zodiacs that we popularize now don't line up with the ones that were officially the zodiac.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird to think? I mean, that's actually kind of mind-blowing if you think about it, because the stars don't align the same way they did when they were created.
Yeah.
So it shouldn't
That's
matter.
because we're moving through the entire universe. We're not in the same location that we were thousands of years ago. We've actually moved around
because that was an Earth-centric world.
Well, that as well as
correct?
and I forget when this was, but at some point the calendar, they took out basically 28 days.
Yeah.
To line up the seasons again.
Yeah.
Oh, that too.
Yeah.
Oh God, I haven't thought about that.
Yeah, they've actually got this. The alignment is based on what best time to plant crops and shit. When you see this particular sign, the stars aligned in this one particular way, that's the best way to do these type of activities. So I think that's where it basically came down to. And someone's like, yeah, well, if it affects our lives on this larger scale, I can understand the thinking on this, that we should do these things at that time, then maybe they affect us individually too, which is total bullshit, but whatever. Did you have any additional thoughts on that, Connie?
Oh, no. I just find it hilarious because I have a daughter who's a Sagittarius, and she's not adventurous at all. Actually, she's like Anyway, I can't share personal stuff, but it's
on this show.
These are so funny. I actually find the Chinese astrology, which is based on a 12-year calendar, and there's like 5 different things based on elements, to be more acceptable, simply because there's more permutations. It's not that they're more accurate, it's just like you have more chances it's going to be right.
Yeah.
It's just comforting to look at this. And I don't know. I think that James Randi probably called Astrology Poo at some point.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah. It is.
That's all I want to say.
It is. We have a quick comments from the chat room here. D-Jetser, again, thank you for your comment, says, the people of Omicron Persei 88 have totally different things happen to them due to perspective. So, yeah.
That's right.
I find when anyone gets a little bit too uppity about how accurate the zodiac is or their horoscope, I like to just give them all the horoscopes without indicating which one's which, and say, pick out yours.
That's funny. Hopefully they didn't read them in the paper beforehand, or you just, from a different source.
That's the other thing, is each paper has their own separate, zodiac predictions. So even if they read in the paper, if you got a different paper, it didn't matter, because it's going to say something completely different.
Exactly. I remember when I was a kid, going to this one restaurant, that they had these little scrolls, they'd come in, and I guess it was like a little vending machine type thing. It'd say your astrological sign or whatever, and then these little rolled up scrolls you could buy, and they're like, I don't know, 25 cents. They'd probably go in there and change them every so often, I suppose. And I was like, oh, well, this one's mine. And I was like, oh, well, and I had it for like a number of years until I realized, like, oh, yeah, this is supposed to change from day to day or week to week or whatever it was. It was supposed to be like for a whole week or a month. I don't remember. I was very young at the time. And I thought this like, oh, this is how you are supposed to be for like ever. Like, I was like, ah. But anyway, unworshipped deity, your thoughts?
Well, I like astrology. I think it's interesting. I don't believe in it, but I like using it as like a kind of like a social solvent. I mean, it works well when meeting other people in social situations.
Oh yeah, it's great for that. I mean,
and it quickly identifies an atheist. It's like an atheist finder. You're like, hey, what's your astrology? Astrology's not real. I'm like, hey, atheist, how you doing? Hi. Whew, thanks.
No, I know many theists who are against astrology. But
yeah,
no,
that's true.
The thing about astrology, it's meant to be fun.
Yeah.
Not take it seriously.
Yeah.
And people who take it seriously is like, dude, really?
I take astrology readings as being more of a confirmation, an affirmation. Like I don't know, a daily positive thing to take out there and think about. And it doesn't matter, because I really don't think that the stars and the alignment of the planets are actually doing anything. But I like the little little things that go out there and take your day, and I'm like, yay, and I'm gonna fail, but maybe yay. I don't care, I like to hearing something positive, and that's why I listen to it. So anyway,
right on.
Woo.
All right.
No, I've dated a few witches, and astrology and the zodiac was a very integral part of their belief system, and they were very into it, and they all wanted to do my readings properly.
Your actual chart based upon your birthplace and date and time of hour and everything like that.
And years ago, when I still had them, I compared them. They were all different.
Really? Oh my God, that's funny and interesting.
I mean, it's like there's certain details that are like written down that they'll copy, but then they put their own spin on it, and their spin is always, it's their spin.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, that is interesting.
It's like the psychics out here. Well, even in this little town that I live in, we've had these places where they have the psychic readings or whatever. And I went by where one was recently, and I think it was the same one. In fact, they closed again. They came over in my neighborhood for a while, and they closed.
They didn't see it coming.
They apparently didn't see it coming. They rented this building right on the main drag, and apparently there wasn't enough business for them to stay there, so they went out of business. They moved back to across town, and they went out of business there too. So, yeah.
Well, the first time that these things are fake is you've never seen a psychic win the lottery.
Yeah. I'll start believing when I start seeing that constantly, when it's consistent.
I can't use my powers for my own personal...
Yeah, that's begging the question.
Except for, scamming people.
Yeah.
Then I'll use it.
Yeah, that's a begging the question or moving the goalpost right there. It's like, oh, well, I can do these things for you, but I can't do it for myself because, well, reasons, And I think a lot of them actually buy into their own narrative on that point. It's like they actually believe that's the reason why they can't do it is because the fact is because they are unsuccessful doing it. So it's like, oh, well, I guess I'm just not meant to win because of those reasons. Otherwise, I'm a bad person for some reason if I win using my abilities, which it doesn't make any sense. For example, if you're really good at drawing and you get hired by, I don't know, a studio like Disney or something, for example, I'm just saying, you're using those abilities to get ahead. It's not winning the lottery, but you're still using those abilities that you've honed,
Right. No, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
It shouldn't matter.
Yeah, it shouldn't matter. I mean,
if the quote unquote universe gave you this ability, then why wouldn't you use it?
Exactly.
The universe should kill you or prevent your use of those abilities if they're that damaging.
Yeah. If they're going to be that damaging. Yeah, if the universe actually cared. If these abilities were actually a thing, and they knew you were going to use it for harm, they wouldn't give it to you to begin with. I mean, I would think so.
Except to fuck with you. Sorry. Oh, there you go, Robin Dupree Reed. I used the F word. She loves. She's my F therapist.
She's your fuck therapist.
Yes, but I try not to say it that way because that sounds really weird.
Hey, it's a whole new world.
Well, anyway, what's the next story there, Packard?
Before we move on, we have a comment from the chat room, another comment from DJetser. It says, I worked with John Edwards in a hospital back in the day while he was still learning to be a psychic. Total bull. Totally, you're totally right on that. It's all totally bull.
Oh my God.
The fact is that you... Yeah, the fact is you actually had the experience to see that. He's actually learning his craft. I mean, learning how to scam people.
Wow.
Yeah. So thanks for coming to the chat room tonight, by the way. So it's all fucking bullshit. It's all bullshit. Did you like this segment of Packard Pokes At? If you did, please click here on the video to see more from this show. Also, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the show. You can find our second podcast, The Atheist, the Bible, and No Wardrobe, on iTunes, Stitcher, and Spreaker. Be sure to check those out.